Many of our defenses and our stress postures happen across our upper body, our neck and our shoulders. And whether you are ready to fight in your defense or whether you are ready to just retreat and protect yourself as part of your stress pattern, a lot of it happens over here, drawing the shoulders and the head forward. So join me in this session as we open up the neck and the shoulders, release this area and get the power back into the hips. A very simplistic session of which you'll only need an orange ball and a little loop elastic. Practice makes permanent. What we do, we become. If I find myself in a defense posture for whichever reason during the day, maybe just defending yourself in your chair, behind your desk, your body will mold accordingly. The superficial fascia that sits right underneath your skin and that connects your skin to the underlying structures also mold according to what you do. So we need to change our fascial wetsuit. And let's start off doing this by releasing our skin in a shearing and hydrating fashion. Put your hands together and reach your arms forward. And now bend your elbows and look at your fingertips. Hopefully your fingertips are of the same height. In other words, your one hand is not above your other hand, but just maybe take your measurement over here. Now we're going to release the fascia of the left arm. So take your right hand and start off by twisting and turning the fascia across, or the skin, because underneath the skin is your first layer of fascia, across your left arm. So I started off by my hand and now I'm here by my wrist, and I give myself these donkey bite, twisting Chinese bangle feeling. It's a twist and a twist and a twist all the way towards the elbow. Spend a bit of time across the elbow, many muscles inserting over here, so it's quite a crucial area for our attachment of our muscles and our fascia. And then go up along your arm. So it's the upper arm, twisting and turning. And don't be kind to yourself now. Right, you can be kind in many other ways, but go for it and have a good grip. Well, you actually are kind to yourself if you work and you practice and you become better at what you are doing. So sometimes a little bit of discomfort comes with kindness. Hey, a little bit of working for it comes with kindness. Good, and now I'm here on my shoulder on the deltoid. It's almost like I'm trying to sponge all the water and the tension by gripping and pulling the skin and gripping and pulling the skin, and go over towards the upper trapezius, which is the muscle over here. That's good. You can see I'm really gripping and holding onto the skin over there. So you feel you grip the muscle and you take it up, all the way up to the side of your neck. All right, another 10 seconds like this. Good, and now we're going to re-measure. And if you did this shearing and this fascial release properly, there will be a change in your arms. Firstly, before you put your hands together, just drop your arms next to your sides and close your eyes. And if you did enough shearing and your grip was good enough, you will feel that this left arm feels longer than your right arm. Like there's more length, there's more space. And now open up your eyes, put your hands together, and when you bend your elbows, you should see that your left hand, the fingertips are higher than the right hand. And if you got this right, it means that there is enough shearing that happened within your fascial suit. So just by doing this, you've already released the tension within this wetsuit. Okay, but let's do the other arm. That we've got two long arms. And with your left hand, grab hold of your right hand and twist the skin. And it's amazing just how quickly this release can already release tension within your neck, in your shoulders, and in your arm. If, however, you do not feel there has been any change, you need to do this again. Right, you need to do it more often, because then it means that that superficial fascia is stuck and it is not gliding after release. So how do we get it to become unstuck? We repeat this, we practice, and we do it again until change is there. Right, now I'm at my elbow over here, spending a little bit of time across the elbow joint. And then towards the upper arm, a good solid twist. You can just keep your breathing continuous as you're doing this. Now get to the shoulder muscle, this deltoid, the muscle that sits there, and I'm gripping the muscle and pulling the skin, and gripping the muscle and pulling the skin. You can grip on the front, on the side, on the back. All those areas are applicable. And then up towards the trapezius. And if you can get in underneath your clothing, do so. Definitely have to work on your skin over here. It doesn't help if you work on your clothing. And towards the side of the neck for another 10 seconds. 2, 1. All right, and before we re-measure, drop your arms next to your sides, close your eyes, and feel what your arms feel like. Feel what your shoulders feel like. And you should feel there's already a release of tension just by doing this simplistic little movement. Open your eyes, hands together. If you bend your elbows, your fingertips should be at the same height or the same length, I should rather say. Well done. All right, so you can use this during the day. It's a quick few-minute release. It's the little things that we do repeatedly that really makes the difference. Intertwine your fingers and pendiculate, stretch it out. And I want you to open up your hands in the stretch and really pull the fingers away from each other. Feel the palms of the hands and the fingers stretching. And together with this pendiculation, we have a nice big yawn. The little things we do repeatedly that makes the difference. Right, now intertwine your fingers again, but you're going to do this by putting your left wrist on top of your right wrist. Turn the palms of the hands to face each other and grab your hands together like this. Now keep the fist, keep it closed. And as you breathe in and out, you roll your hands in towards you. And then you keep on rolling it, and you try and straighten your arms as much as you can. If you can't get your elbows to straighten, don't worry. I am sure you already feel the stretch across your wrist, your forearms, and your shoulders. And then you roll the arm in again and take it back out. Right, and do this repeatedly. Roll it in, and if you look at my hands, my fingers remain closed. I don't open up my hands to release the tension, and then out. There we go. Right, and stretch, stretch, stretch. And if you even press your elbows together, you'll feel more of a stretch even into the shoulder blades, and bring it back. So another easy release. Don't need a lot of time. Doing it regularly to release the fascia in a twisting way all across the upper body. And one more time. There we go. You can look at this angle and bring it back. Now, it was your left wrist on top of the right wrist. Change arms. The other one's on top now. Grab again, close your fist, and bring the arms in and try to get your elbows as close together as you can. And your breathing is continuous, and out, and another 4 like this. And out. And I'm sure you can feel the arms, the upper body, and the shoulders, and the shoulder blades warming up. And 2 more. Simplistic little things we can do to bring change. And back. And the last one. And back. And shake it off. Give a good pendiculation. Stretch again. Intertwining your fingers like this. Pull your arms straight and push your hands away from you like you're really opening up your palms even. Stretch and reach and yawn. That's good. Grab an orange ball, find a wall, and let's go for phase number 2. You've got your orange ball, and you just find a space up against the wall anywhere, And the previous two movements, such quick and easy things to do regularly during the day, even as part of your pandiculation. Just add a quick shear, add the stretch with the palms facing out, and then you're ready to go again. But also releasing our fascia in a standing posture makes it practical for some of you guys that are still working from home. Just, instead of having to take out a mat and everything, just to stand up against the wall and do a quick release or two. So the one release will be that you take this orange ball and you put it here on your right upper back. So anything across the right upper quarter where my hand is touching over here. Okay, so I've got the ball behind my shoulder blade or behind my back, and on top of the shoulder blade, between the shoulder blade and the spine, right at the top, it's your body. You feel what you need and you move accordingly. So the first option would be just to really get the idea of massaging across the right shoulder blade and shoulder blade area. But if you can coordinate it a little bit better, then you can add your arm movement. So whichever direction you bring the arm, across your body, out to the side, down next to your side, reaching it up above your head. It doesn't matter, all right? It's about what you feel like you need to release in the specific area. Let's do another half a minute. Obviously, if I'm standing with my feet further away from the wall, I'm leaning with more pressure into the ball, so it's more intense. And if I stand closer with my feet to the wall, it's a little bit less intense. It's your body, you decide what you want to do. I just give you the guidelines and the indication. Okay, now let's go over to the other side. My ball is nice and cooked up over here in my top. So put the ball to the left. Daar's hy. En dan vryf jy hom net hier so uit oor die linkerblad. So the left side. And if you can add arm movement, add your arm movement. So the ball both creates proprioception, in other words, awareness of where your muscles are at. It gives you hydration in the process of massaging this area. And another 10-15 seconds, releasing it there. Oh, this is nice. 5 more, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now, one area that we really don't get to much is the side of the arm. And over here on the side of the arm, there are so many muscles sitting and part of our rotator cuff. So I want us to get the ball right on the outside of the arm. Now it can be above this fold, above this bend towards the tricep, or just below it. So it's anything across this area. Right, I'm going to change the direction of the camera to show you maybe a little bit better. So I'm taking my right arm, putting it over my head, and I'm just placing the orange ball basically in alignment with my armpit, and then leaning, side on view, leaning into the wall, again choosing how, with what angle you lead with, but with your left hand, grab your right wrist and pull this arm across your head. And now your movement will be a up and a down movement, just finding along this outer edge of your arm, of your tricep and of your scapula, just finding the nasty bits over there. Once you've found something, you can hold it there and even move bit front to back. Okay, so it's going to be for the next 45 seconds a combination of moving up and down. In other words, you're bending your knees, bending and straightening your legs to move up and down, and I'm constantly pulling my arm and my body away from the wall. And then finding a position, holding it there, moving front to back. It's oftentimes when we lose the length of the side, of the lateral aspect of our fascial suit, that our shoulders also struggle. So this is an important release to get a bit of extra space. Good, and 5 more counts, and 4, and 2, and 1, and you can come up, take the ball out, and now it's on the left side, so anything from the tricep to the side over there, I'm starting off in alignment with my armpit. It's kind of in the middle, in between the two. And now taking this left arm, pulling it across my head, so I'm leaning away from the wall and moving up and down with my whole body, bending my knees, straightening my legs, finding something and then moving backwards and forwards. Just carry on like that. Just a slightly different angle that you can see what I'm doing. So it's up and down. Holding backwards and forwards. Let's say 10 more counts. And 2, and you can remove the ball. Right, another area of implosion is the front of our shoulders, the chest muscles. So let's stretch them out a bit. To stretch out the chest muscle, put this hand behind you up against the wall so your fingers are pointing away from you, and start off with your hand below shoulder height. So you can see it's not in alignment yet. All right. And the only thing you do is you squeeze your buttocks and you try to turn away from the wall to allow this front of the chest and the rest of the arm to stretch. Since this hand is available, you can just as well use it and just give a rub or even a skin pull of this chest muscle. So I'm either rubbing or pulling the skin. And maybe just do a combination of both, because then we get hold of very different structures as well. Now, if you feel this, you are all right with this, and you feel you've got this and the range is okay, then you put the hand a little bit higher and you just feel the change of angle changes the stretch. And so you can carry on, maybe put a little bit higher. All right, and start to change the angle of that stretch. Now, if you feel at any stage as you carry on putting your hand a little bit higher that your neck starts to take strain, then you know it's time to put your hand a bit lower. But otherwise, reach even higher. Now my hand is higher than shoulder angle or shoulder height. And maybe the last one even a little bit higher. And you can feel how it changes the stretch even into your arm. And into your hand, I should rather say. Okay, so whatever that last angle is, it's about opening up the chest for 5, and your hand, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now drop the arm and just shake it off. And let's do the other side. So I'm going to turn my back on you. You can see this angle as well. So my hand starts off nice and low, drawing the shoulder blade back, using the available hand to rub the chest or to pull the skin across the front. And as I squeeze my butt and I'm just kind of bouncing my body away from the wall, it adds to the stretch. If you can manage more, put your hand a little bit higher. If you can manage more, put your hand a little bit higher. But you feel now it becomes neck tension, then you drop your hand down again. If you can manage more, put your hand a little bit higher. Right, and now for that last little bit, reach up over there. Feel how everything right down to your hand is stretching. And you're still bouncing, moving, bouncing away from the wall for 3, and 2, and 1. Now drop your hand, turn to the wall and shake it off. Put this one hand up against the wall again, but this time round, your fingers are going to be pointing down. Your hand is just behind your body. But the idea is that we want to get length between our ears and our shoulders. So now it is going to be, the focus will be this side of the neck stretching. So feel that you are reaching your fingers down. You're reaching your shoulder girdle down. And then with available hand, put your fingers on your ear and draw your chin in. So it's a tucked in chin. And out of this position, you just pull your ear over to your shoulder. Like you want to take this ear away from the shoulder and this ear towards your shoulder. And in doing this, reaching your hand towards the floor, you'll feel there's a good solid stretch across the side of the neck. All right, so it's my head tilting. It's not my head rotating. It's literally my head just bending to the side. It's a side bend. It's not a twist of the neck. And just stay here. Keep on reaching your fingers down for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now it's quite a strong stretch, so come up by lifting your head up, bring your hand forward and just shake it off or stretch it out. Good, so another angle from the side. My hand is slightly behind me. I'm not reaching back, I'm reaching down to get the whole shoulder girdle to drop down. Once that is there, this hand onto the opposite ear and I draw my chin in. Try and get this ear closer to the shoulder by pulling it across to get this ear away from the shoulder and reaching down. And once you're there, breathe diaphragmatically, because it's typically these muscles that want to take charge when we breathe incorrectly, when we breathe with our neck muscles instead of with our diaphragm. All right, and 5, and 4, it's a lateral tilt, a side bend in other words, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now slowly release, bring your head up, release your arm, and just shake it off. Right, let's put a bit of strength into this upper body. So you start off by placing both your hands up against the wall, locked elbows, and your back is rounded. So breathe out and round your back, reach, press your hands into the wall and feel you tightening the tricep, which is the back of the arm. And now don't bend your elbows. As you breathe in, just draw your shoulder blades together without bending your elbows. So as you breathe out, reach and reach and reach. And then as you breathe in, dip, drawing the shoulder blades together. Okay. And as you breathe out, reach and reach and push. And as you breathe in, draw the shoulder blades back. So it's rhomboids going into, or shoulder blades going into protraction. So the serratus anterior muscle working. And then as you breathe in, it is retraction. The rhomboids engaging. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. So it's exhale and inhale. And exhale, don't bend your elbows. That's a cheat. And inhale. And exhale and inhale. There we go. And exhale, push away. And inhale. And 5. And in. And 4. And squeeze. And push. 3. And squeeze. And 2, push away and squeeze, and last one, push away and squeeze and relax. Remember this move because we'll be using it later again as we go into a push-up. But for now, we're going to go down to the floor, down to our mats. So grab your mat and also the little loop elastic, keep that close by. Stand on the one edge of your mat, breathe in, and as you breathe out, contract your tummy muscles, squeeze your butt around your back and drop down into a roll down position. You can feel anything across the back of your body stretching, from your lower back to your hamstrings to your calves. And once you're down here, you keep your knees bent and you just bounce middle. And if you feel comfortable with it, bounce to the left and bounce to the right. Okay, and coming up, we are very specific with our breathing and using our buttocks. So breathe out whilst you're down here. And as you come up, breathe in, clench your butt and push your hips forward. So this is option 1. If you can add something, intertwine your fingers, place them behind your back. And as you breathe out, contract the tummy around your back. Really keep the pelvis tucked in. And once you're down here, you can draw your shoulder blades together at the back. Reach your arms as high up to the ceiling as you can. And this just adds to the stretch. If however you feel this is too much, you relax your hands, you drop your hands down to the floor, and you just stick to the previous movement. Right, and when you come up, drop your hands down onto your back again, breathe out, and come up, squeeze your butt as you breathe in. Let's do another 3 like this, whichever option you choose, and breathe out and drop. Once you're here, and you can manage the shoulder blades, draw them together, reach your arms up. It just adds to that chest stretch. Breathing in and out, and even bouncing off center. And breathe out. Drop your hands. When you're ready to come up, breathe in, squeeze your butt, push your hips forward. And another 2, and breathe out. Contract your belly, round your back. Keep the pelvis tucked in, all right? Otherwise, we tend to push our buttocks out, and then we miss a lot of the stretch. Reach your arms up to the ceiling.
When you're ready to come up, drop your hands, breathe out. And on inhale, come up, squeeze your butt, push your hips forward. And the last one, breathe out. Pull the tummy tight, tuck the pelvis in, keep it tucked in. Choose what you want to do with your arms. If you can, draw the shoulder blades together and reach up, do so. Now drop your hands, breathe out, keeping your chin drawn in, and breathe in, come up. All right, let go of your hands if your fingers have been intertwined behind your back. And now as you breathe out, contract the tummy again around your back. But I want you to get to the floor, so bend your knees and walk your hands forward and come into a plank position. So in the plank position, you are tucking your butt in, you're rounding your back, so you're pushing in protraction like we did up against the wall over there. Feet and knees together. Right, so this is your exhale position. If after a while you feel your wrists can't keep up, drop down, go onto your forearms, or just maybe do every second one. Okay, so from here, breathe in, arch your back, flare, open up. We did this in last week's class. Open your chest and see if you can draw your shoulder blades together like you want to. Open up your armpits. If you cannot open up your upper back because your hammies are too tight, bend your knees. But I do want the upper back not to be rounded. I want it to be flat. I want it to be arched. Right, so this will be inhale, and you can add a bit of a bounce here if you can manage that. And as you breathe out, tuck your butt in, round your back, contract, 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 and drop into a plank. And breathe in and flare the butt. Follow your breathing. It's almost like a tilt in an arch, just on steroids. Just a bit more difficult. And as you breathe out, tuck your butt in, round your back, squeeze your buttocks, push your hands into the floor to keep that upper back rounded. This is a plank. And breathe in. I'm going to carry on with this for a few. You do what you can do. Take a break if you need to in between. And as you breathe out, tuck your butt in, round your back, and look around. Lift your head. You should be able to see what goes on around you. And breathe in. Push back again. 1 and 2 and 3. And as you breathe out, tuck your tailbone in. Strong upper back, strong buttocks. No pain in the lower back. And let's give another 4. And breathe in and flare and arch. And as you breathe out, tuck your tailbone in. There we go. Squeeze your buttocks. And 3 again. And breathe in. Open up, flare and arch. And as you breathe out, tuck your butt right in. Step back into your heels. Squeeze the glutes. Strong breath, butt blades. Right, and 2 more. And breathe in. Breath, butt, blades opening up, drawing together. Eyeballs can look around. My heels are dropping down to the floor. And breathe out. Tucking in. Breath, butt, blades. Strong upper back. And let's say the last one. Breathe in. Nice bit of strength for the upper back. And as you breathe out, tuck the tailbone in, round your back. Now stay here, just stay here. Squeeze your buttocks, breathe in and out. Just for 10 seconds, you clench your butt, you're not hanging on your lower back. If you do, you need to tuck the butt in more and keep your breathing going. All right, 5, strong upper back. I'm not dipping, I'm not hanging, pushing up. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And put your knees down on the floor, pendiculate, stretch it out.
You can come up and grab a little blue elastic and put it around your wrists. Now come onto your knees, squeeze your buttocks and bring your elbows into your sides. From the side, it looks like this. Elbows tucked in, elbows into the side. Okay. Now, the only thing you can do is pinching your buttocks. Draw your shoulder blades together, and as you breathe in, you just imagine, or you try at least, to lengthen the elastic. Your elbows remain tucked into your sides. It's you pulling your thumbs out. This will be on inhale, and as you breathe out, relax. And on the relaxation, your shoulders can come forward again. So squeeze your butt, draw the shoulder blades together, and as you breathe in, you pull on the elastic, but keep the palms of your hands up like you're holding onto a tray. And as you breathe out, relax. I don't care about how much you can lengthen this elastic, it's about the contraction happening in the shoulders. And breathe in and pull, and pull, and as you breathe out, relax. And again, elbows drawn in, breathe in and pull, little fingers up, and breathe out and relax. Simplistic exercise, hard work. And breathe in and pull. So it's breath, it's butt, it's blades, my little fingers pointing up, my neck can look around. And breathe out and relax. Let's give another 5. And breathe in and pull 1 and 2 and 3. And breathe out and relax. And 4 and pull 1, 2. I'm not hanging onto my lower back, all right? It's the breath in the butt and the blades working, and breathe out, relax. And 3 more. Breathe in and pull, and breathe out and back. It's about rotating the arms. And 2 more. Breathe in and pull, rotate those arms, and 2 and 1, and breathe out, relax. And the last one, and breathe in and pull, 5, 4, hold, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So you should really have felt that across the shoulder muscles, across the rotator cuff. Similar principle, but go down into all fours. And you're still going to keep the elastic around your wrist over here. But now tuck your elbows in. They must be about a fist apart. So the elbows will be close together. If you have your elbows wide apart, you're going to miss this exercise. So with your elbows only a fist apart and close together, you'll feel like as you try to pull against the elastic, it's like you can't. You're not going to have much pull. The elastic will really be there to kind of give you the direction, in which direction to move to. So maybe I'm just going to change the angle of the camera that you can see it a little bit clearer. So by placing your elbows no wider than a fist apart and trying to pull the arms away from each other, you're going to tell me, but Christine, I'm already feeling it. It is burning. And then I'll say, well done. So you imagine that you are pulling the elastic away or lengthening it, but there won't be much stretch. And then you feel just by sitting like this or by standing like this, with the elbows drawn in and the arms turning out, your shoulders are burning. Right, what we're going to add to this is just exhale and round your back a little bit and drop your head and breathe in and arch. If your shoulders are not screaming, your elbows are too far apart. Bring them in. And exhale and round your back. So it's the upper back, it's the shoulder, it's even the trapezius, the muscle that runs into the neck that you'll feel. Right, and another 5 more and breathe out. So for not doing anything, by basically keeping the elbows close together and trying to pull the arms apart, the shoulder muscles are burning. And 4 more and breathe out. Draw your chin right in and breathe in. If you feel it up into the neck, it's fine. It's part of the trapezius muscle. And then 3 more and breathe out and round your back. And breathe in. You're trying to pull out against the elastic. Don't be frustrated if there isn't any pull over there. And 2, round your back. And breathe in and arch. Oh, the shoulder muscles are screaming. And 1 more time and breathe out and round your back. And breathe in and arch. And I'm sure you want to come out of this. So relax your shoulders. Maybe come up into all fours even. And you can't imagine that just holding a position like this can be so hard on the rotator cuff, the upper back, even right up into the trapezius as it attaches to your neck. Good. Now lie on your stomach. And you're going to try to grab hold of the elastic behind your back, but you hold it with your thumbs. And if this is too difficult for you, then you just let go of the elastic and you do the movement without using the elastic. Okay. Otherwise, as an add-on, you start off with your head on the floor. I'm squashing my microphone over here. Whoops. So I'm not going to put my head down on the floor, but you can start over there and just feel at first that it's breath, breathing your belly into the floor, and then you clench your buttocks, and you're protecting your lower back, and then you draw your shoulder blades together by pulling on this elastic, lifting your head up off the floor, and tightening the back of your arms. Okay, so I've got the elastic here in my thumbs because I want you to open up your hands. Part of this is to stretch open the thumb and to stretch open the hand. And now this is your exercise. Okay, so you look around, you breathe, and you lock those arms. And if you can add a more side-to-side movement, do so. But it's still not the lower back, it's the upper back the arms, the back of the arms working, the shoulder blades, the rotator cuff muscles working. Good, and let's say another 10 seconds like this, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and drop down. Relax for a moment. Okay, we're going to do this repeatedly. So inhale, lift, exhale, drop. So as you breathe in, squeeze the buttocks, pull on the elastic, lift, and if you can also lift your feet up using your buttocks, do so. Again, not a lower back, it's breath, butt, and blades. The arms working, and breathe out and drop. But don't fully relax, just touch the floor. And breathe in, shoulder blades drawing back again. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And as you breathe out, touch the floor with your toes, let the shoulders come forward. And breathe in, shoulder blades back, and lift. Inhale, look around, inhale, inhale. And as you breathe out, drop. And breathe in, it's breath, it's buttocks, it's blades, looking around, back of the arms working, and the chest in the front can be stretching as well. Last 6, and breathe in, and lift, and lift, and lift, and breathe out and drop. And 5, and breathe in, and lift, squeeze whatever you can at the back, and breathe out and drop. And 4 more, and breathe in and lift, and reach, and look around, and breathe out and drop. And 3 more, breath, butt, blades, eyeballs looking around, big toes relaxed, and breathe out and touch. I think it's 2 more, and breathe in and lift again. There we go. And breathe out and touch. And the last one, and breathe in and lift, breath, butt, blades, back muscles working, but the lower back's not aching. And you can drop, let go of the elastic, and bring your arms forward. Right, tuck your arms in underneath you to get out of this position. Breathe out, pull the tummy tight around your back, push back, and stretch it out over here. Maybe time to have a sip of water. For our last bit of upper body strength, before we just attach our upper body to our lower body, to our hips, we're going to do a push-up. The easiest version is the baby push-up position, and that's basically where you are in all fours, and your hands are nice and wide apart, so take them definitely wider than shoulder width apart. So I'm going to carry on progressing from a baby push-up to a lady push-up to a men's push-up. And you choose what you can do by holding your form. Good. Now, in any push-up, as you breathe out, you round your back, you straighten your arms, and then as you breathe in, you dip through the shoulder blades first, like we did earlier, up against the wall, and then you bend your elbows out to the side, and kind of the wider the arms are, the easier, because then you're using more of your chest muscles. So it's squeezing the shoulder blades there on inhaling, and as you breathe out, try to push your shoulder blades apart into a full protraction. So it's dipping, and as you breathe in, bend your elbows, 1, 2, 3, elbows up to the ceiling, and breathe out and push up. You're welcome to carry on here. Dip, bend, and drop. Inhale, there we go. And as you breathe out, if you want to make it more difficult, put your hands further forward. And now just drop your hips and clench your buttocks. So now your body is straight, but your knees are still on the floor. And it's dipping again and bending. Right, 1, 2, 3, and breathe out and up. I just change my angle again a little bit. So squeeze the butt, dip, and 1, 2, 3, and breathe out and up. This is a ladies push-up. Squeezing the buttocks, dip, bend, 1, 2, 3, and breathe out and up. And a men's push-up, you tuck your toes into the floor or into the mat, and it's dip, and 1, 2, 3, and up. Right, let's give another 7, whichever one you choose. So dip and bend and out. And breathe in and out. And breathe in and out. And breathe in and out. With the ladies and the men, keep the butts clenched and breathe in and out. And breathe in and out.
and breathe in. This was 7, and out. Let's give another 3, take it to 10, and 3, and up, and 2, and up, and the last one, and 1, and up, and you can drop your knees and stretch it out. Well done. Okay, for the last exercise, you're going to lie on your back. I'm just going to change the angle of the camera again, but you can lie on your back so long.
I do believe we've changed the narrative from our shoulders being in defense to an area of power. But now it's always a good idea to link the power of the upper body to the origin of power, which would be our hips, our butt muscles. So for the last exercise, connecting the shoulders, the power of the shoulders towards the hips, we're going to do a pelvic tilt and thrust. So arms out to the side, breathe in, and as you breathe out, empty your lungs, allow your ribs to push down, allow your chin to pop out, allow your shoulders to come forward, and then as you breathe in, release it again, and arch and allow the shoulder blades to draw back. And breathe out. Feel how your pelvis, together with your breath, moves your shoulders. So upper body has to submit to the power in our hips. And breathe in, and everything submits to breath. And breathe out. Ribs down, shoulders coming forward. There we go. And as you breathe in, arch again. Let's say 2 more of these, and exhale and allow your shoulders and your head and everything to respond to breath. And breathe in and open up. And the last one, and breathe out. Tilt. Allow the shoulders and everything to go with the flow. And as you breathe in, open up. Now bring your arms more neck closer to your side, next to your side. And as you breathe out, tilt again, chin popping out, shoulders coming forward. Now add your buttocks and lift as high off the floor as what this exhale can manage and hold you. And then when you're ready to go up, you breathe in. And as you inhale, you'll feel like your hips are open and you can basically just float up to the ceiling. And now I want you to intertwine your fingers here behind your back and reach your shoulders away from your ears to allow for a neck stretch in the body and for the side of the neck and for the chest to stretch even more. And as you do this, you bounce your hips, you breathe continuously, and we're just going to stay here for a little bit. All right, so this is option 1, to intertwine your fingers, to reach your fingers down, and to make sure that the tension in the neck is not stealing from the butt. If you can add something, you drop your right ear towards your right shoulder, so it's a lateral neck stretch again. I'm not really rotating my head, I'm not turning, I'm still looking up to the ceiling, I'm tilting my head. Similar to the stretch that we did right in the beginning of the session, where we were standing up against the wall. Okay, and you can feel that left side of the neck stretching over there. Your butt muscles are firing and working. You're breathing. So we think breath, butt, blades engaging, big toes pointing forward, and at the moment your head is tilted. Okay, now bring your head back to center, and now try and drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. It's like the corner of your jaw on the right is pointing up to the ceiling, and you feel the right side of your neck stretching. And by now those butt muscles should be talking to you. No uncertainty over there. So the more we can release the tension patterns in our upper body, the stronger our buttocks can become. And the more we can move from power instead of defending all the time. All right, bring your head back to center. Now really reach down, and let's give another half a minute, making sure left and right, so work off center with the hips. Feeling both your butt muscles, breathing continuously. If at any stage you feel the lower back or something else takes charge, you drop, you start again, but otherwise keep it here for another 10 counts. 8, 7, 6, 5, left and right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, release the hands, and as you breathe out, dip the rib cage, bring your shoulders forward,
chin popping out. Take it down slowly, slowly, one vertebra at a time, and release. All right, you can bring your knees up to your chest. Feel the butt muscles stretching as you rock side to side. Well done. Going from defense in the shoulders to power in the shoulders to power in the hips and the shoulders. The session is complete. You can straighten your legs, pandiculate, stretch, and yawn. Oh, lovely, beautiful. And relax. Now, since we used the wall earlier on in the session, you probably have one close to you. So we can just as well do the relaxation with our legs up against the wall. Again, just an option, a lovely option though. So to get up against the wall, scoot down with your buttocks right up against the wall, lie down on your side and then roll over and whoops, there you go. Okay, so we are creating space again a little bit in our lower backs. This is a lovely way to add relaxation to your session. And just enjoy. Breathe out. Allow your legs to become heavy. Pause towards the exhale. Wait for your next in-breath. And feel when you breathe in how you can feel that breath into your lower back and possibly even the breathing towards your buttocks, like you're breathing towards the wall. Great for circulation. One of my favorite sayings is that true power comes from a place of rest. In our physical being, once our breathing is diaphragmatic, it means that we are in a resting place. If our breathing is up in our neck and our shoulders, we are not at rest. We are in tension, in defense. So by doing diaphragmatic breathing, you are taking your body to rest. And once we are in a place where we're breathing diaphragmatically, then our butt muscles can kick in. Hence the saying, true power, meaning the butt, can only happen once your body is at rest. So true power comes from a place of rest. Now in the emotional side and in the spirit, of course, we can have long talks about that. And it's really something that I try to live my life by, is to enter rest and to move from rest. And rest doesn't mean that you're doing nothing. Rest is not lying on your back and sleeping. That is part of rest. But rest is to be actively involved in your day. But taking it from a place of calmness, of being led by breath. So breath in many different ways is my teacher and is my guide. My physical breathing teaches me. If I lose my physical breathing, it goes up into my neck and shoulders. I know I've lost my physical rest. And then taking into the spiritual, I know that breath is also my guide. Me being a follower of Jesus, the Holy Spirit is my teacher and my guide. And the other word for Holy Spirit in Hebrew is ruach. And ruach means breath and wind and spirit. So for me personally, I know that even there the Holy Spirit is my guide, leading me. So breath becomes my guide in every aspect of my life. Do I get it right 100%? Absolutely not. Thank goodness for grace. But it's definitely a prayer in my heart every single day. So whether you're there or whether you're just on the physical side of things, either way, breathing becomes our guide.
so that we can move into power from a continual place of rest. So on that note, may you have a beautiful, beautiful Easter and just be truly blessed in all aspects of your life. Till next time.